The USA is a scam and I want to leave.
It took moving to Miami Beach to figure out that the United States of America is a scam.
Probably not the best example of the US because Miami is filled with scammers, grifters, and whatnot. A lot of the wealth that you see in Miami is quite fake.
I have no desire to pay taxes and I just want to leave the country. Just hear me out.
Well, you picked the right state at least because Florida, there's no state income tax.
One, the overdevelopment here in South Florida, specifically in Miami, is actually sick. I'm a Floridian, so I've seen how everything has changed here. Old Florida doesn't exist anymore. When was the last time you seen oranges on trees? That just disappeared one day out the blue.
You see them in California.
Brickell and downtown Miami is so packed. The traffic.
No, I think this is her first city experience. I feel like since she said she's a Floridian, she probably lived in a Florida suburb her whole life and decided to move to Miami, and it's like her first big city. Because if you think Brickell and downtown Miami is packed, oh boy, let's talk about New York City or any of the other big cities in Europe, or you can even talk about Los Angeles. Even though Los Angeles doesn't have a proper downtown, it's still pretty crowded for how spread out it is.
Is insane. And on the beach, it's even worse. We have a whole bunch of people post-COVID that moved down here, saw everything on sale, bought out all of the homes, bought out all of the apartments, and then people that are actually from here can't pay for anything. We have a whole bunch of
It's like that in most desirable cities.
old rich people that refuse to move out of their homes and let other young rich people move into a beautiful home to raise their families. Now we are all stuck raising our children in little apartments. Now let's say you have a car in Miami and someone crashes your car. And let's say they typically what they do here is do a hit and run. In my case, that happened to me. And the person that did the whole hit and run had a fake license. His registration was expired for years. And they couldn't identify the person because the person wasn't a citizen.
Hope your insurance was good enough to cover uninsured drivers,
So that caused my insurance to go up by a lot. And I had
which does suck.
to pay my insurance to pay for the damages. The promotion of OnlyFans and adult work here is absolutely insane. A whole bunch of young women think
The more I see this video, I feel like you should change the phrase from USA is a scam to Miami is a scam. Cause the amount of scammers and grifters per capita in that city is way more than all the scammers and grifters per capita in other major cities, including LA. I feel like Miami just has it 20 times worse than even LA, and LA can even be bad with the grifting at times.
that they can't get by without, in a way, selling your soul. And I am not one to talk because I was also a model here in Miami, but there was a point in time where you're okay, should I stop or do I have to continue selling my soul for nothing? I also took the route of pursuing higher education, and I've never been broke to this day. But I've been seeing that there's a lot of women that are in sex work, in the dark industry, who are strippers, who are very lovely and sweet people, but I guess, I don't want to be oh, they're not educated to know it's a cycle. Once you're in, you're never coming out. They don't understand the whole point of investing, saving money, pursuing someone that has some sort of values, and then you just get stuck in this fucking loop.
They just spend it all on their Lambos that they flex in Brickell.
And this is all caused by inappropriate websites, the OnlyFans, stripper life, all this shit. And none of these young women nowadays want to go and pursue higher education, which is actually effing crazy. Because if you're not smart.
And the reason why a lot of these women aren't pursuing higher education is because they all think they're going to get rich quick from OnlyFans or doing some sort of sex work, so to speak. When the reality is, even though you see women making millions and millions a year off of OnlyFans, that's only a very small percentage, right? Less than 1% of women actually make it that big on OnlyFans or any sort of sex work in general. They're just the most vocal because they like to flex a lot, and you see them, flexing on social media and really leveraging that. But most people that try to start an OnlyFans end up failing. And then those pictures are on the internet forever. Internet's forever theory. Remember that.
A man will take advantage of you. You have to be smart. Even if that man loves you, you still have to keep your guard up. You still have to know how to be read between the lines. Don't even
She's not wrong.
get me on this trafficking that happens here.
Because there's a lot of piece of shit men out there. It goes both ways, all right? There's not one gender that's more evil than the other. Like men can be pretty shitty.
All these like old, rich people that, look like and come from Jeffrey Epstein's background do sex trafficking
Like Palm Beach Pete.
on all the models
He looks exactly like Epstein
here. All the girls in Sunny Isles, they're all victims. All the Russian girls, how the hell you think they got here? The Cuban people here don't
from their sugar daddies.
want to assimilate. We have a whole homeless issue epidemic in Brickell, attacking young women that are runners,
Yep.
people getting robbed. And what does Miami-Dade do? They don't do shit.
Yeah, I know a lot of people like to bash on women and these OnlyFans people, but like women also have it pretty hard, believe it or not. They have it pretty hard. And it's what she said about the sugar daddies earlier with the Russian and Ukrainian girls hooking up with older men. I mean, they're victims of financial abuse in a sense, right? But yeah, it just really goes both ways, right? Like there's a lot of men that get taken advantage of, but there's also a lot of women that get taken advantage of.
This is literally a place where they prey on women's insecurities. And I'm so glad that I don't really have an insecure body or bone in my body. I'm highly confident in myself, being a solid 8. Sometimes my weight goes up. Sometimes I get a pimple. Sometimes I have a bad hair day. But ask me if I think I'm fucking ugly. I'm not. But this place here
I'll say those are some contacts.
damages women to think, oh, you have to compete with the other woman. Oh, you're fat. Oh, you're not skinny. Oh, you don't have boobs. Oh, you don't have a BBL. Oh, you need to be on Ozempic. Oh, you need to do this. Oh, you need to get filled up. Like, no. Like, that's toxic for people's minds. You have all the bros here, like, being scammers. Like, I don't trust anybody when I pull out my credit card because people have card readers here.
Sign up for my new meme coin.
Did you know about card readers? Okay, well, let me tell you something. If you have your iPhone unlocked and you have your Apple Wallet like just out, they can go walk by you on Ocean Drive and you won't even notice. And if your phone's unlocked and you're just taking a selfie and they have that scanner, they take all your information.
That's why I don't put my credit cards on my phones. Fuck that shit. I'd rather do it the old-fashioned way where you have the actual plastic and you take it out of your wallet.
Just to let you know.
But you even got to watch out for that because there's thieves that can actually steal information through the wallet now. So you got to get like one of those wallets that are kind of scan proof.
And people that actually work or like, clock in somewhere, you're in this cycle and they won't pay you more. Even if you have a skill, let's say you're bilingual and you actually speak English and Spanish, they're not going to pay
Deadly combo.
you more, even though everyone here speaks Spanish and it's like a required skill. They won't pay you more. You want to try dating here? Every guy's going to try to take advantage of you. You start dating someone of a different religion here in Miami, if you know what I mean. They're gonna love you. They're gonna do whatever. And then guess what? One day they're gonna be like, oh, I can't marry you because you're not Jewish. And even if you convert, you're still. They fetishize exotic women, and when it's time to settle down, they won't fucking do it. This is a sunny place for shady people, and I noticed when I left the country recently and I was spending time with my family and I was enjoying like the fruits of my labor and having a good old time. I noticed that I am capable of leaving here and working there. I have land, I have a beach, I have everything I need over there. Is it different? Yeah. But I sort of feel like in America, it's like this rat race and it's just so toxic. And outside of the US, in certain places, not everywhere, you're able to experience some sort of freedom. I feel like here in the US, we're like slaves. We're modern day slaves to these companies, to ourselves, to like the higher ups. I don't know, it's just food for thought.
Yeah, worker rights are shitty here in the US, but also when she said that she was going to visit family in another country, we don't know how long she's been there and which country. Because it's easy to see things in rose-tinted glasses when you're only there for less than a month, even like 2-3 weeks or whatever. I feel like isn't enough to actually assimilate you in whatever country you're visiting, and you're just kind of seeing things through rose-tinted lens. But she does have a point where the real American dream is to get a remote job or business, and then you go overseas with that income, because that's the most powerful thing ever. Is if you can go overseas with an American salary. And it doesn't even have to be Southeast Asia or Latin America or anything like that. You can even go to West Europe. You can even go to West Europe and let's say you make 100,000 a year as a remote worker in the US. That 100,000 can still get you pretty fucking far in most of Europe too. For at least further than in the US. So that's the real American dream. She's not wrong there. But I feel like she should retitle this video from USA is a scam to Miami is a scam, because she's talking mostly about Miami, which is unique in of its own. And like I said earlier, Miami has the most scammers per capita. Okay, that's where all the crypto bros go, all the OnlyFans girls, all that shit. That's where they all go, to Miami. That's where most of them go for the most part. But I feel like if she has the income, maybe she should try New York or something. New York, not Los Angeles though. I feel like she'd complain about Los Angeles too, because Los Angeles is very looks based too, depending on what you're trying to go for over there. The part where what she said about the Ozempic and all that applies to LA too. But I feel like if she has the money, New York would probably be right up her alley. These comments look pretty interesting though, so let's look at some of these comments before we close up shop here. Miami is overly expensive. My rent is 6,000. 6,000 bucks. What the fuck? 6,000 bucks. But she has a guy that helps her with the rent, so there's that. But like 6,000 for Miami. For context, I live in West Hollywood, and I actually live like a block away from Beverly Hills, and I pay about 3,100 for a one bedroom with washer dryer and a patio. So she's definitely overpaying for her apartment, unless she's like in one of those like penthouses with the views and all that shit. But I don't know if it's worth it. Probably two bedrooms too, but I don't know if it's worth it. Ever had that? Yep. You still have to pay taxes if you leave. Yeah, the U.S. will have a chokehold on you. You have to basically renounce your U.S. citizenship if you no longer want to pay taxes if you decide to move abroad. But that's annoying as well, because guess what? If you're going abroad with the U.S. income, then it's kind of hard to move your business to make it based in whatever the country you're staying in is, if that makes sense, right? So, the only way this works is if you keep your U.S. salary, which means you're kind of forced to have U.S. citizenship and like a U.S. social security code and all that. So that's going to be one pain in the ass to renounce your citizenship. And I hear that even once you renounce your citizenship, they still come after you in terms of taxes when you're living abroad. Florida has changed so much. An okay apartment would cost $500. You could walk downtown Miami and shop. Late 90s. Yeah, I mean, but that was the 90s. That was like that everywhere. Even in New York, you could get like a decent one bedroom for like 1,000 or less back in the 90s. So it's not exclusive to Florida. Miami is not the whole Florida. This guy, this guy gets it. Yeah, this guy gets it. I left Miami for North Carolina. My social anxiety went away. I mean, some people just like the city life. Like, yeah, you'll probably be less anxious and you won't have as much social anxiety. But I'd rather live in an expensive ass city like Los Angeles in my case than live in bumfuck America, even though I can work from anywhere. My main job, I can work from anywhere. But I'd rather live in a major city like Los Angeles or New York because of all the people you meet. It opens you up to different perspectives and all the opportunities that you have out there. Okay? Like that's what tongue tied. That's one thing that people forget about when it comes to city living is you have more opportunities living in these cities, and it makes people likelier to put up with the bullshit, knowing that you're at least exposing yourself to a lot of opportunities that could give you a better life and hopefully get you to a point where you start working for yourself and you start making money remotely and whatnot, right? So that's why city living, in my opinion, is worth it for anyone. Even if it means you have to thug it out and you have to deal with all the inconveniences like the fucking rats, roaches, loud roommates, whatever, it's all fucking worth it in the end. But yeah, in my opinion, while the US is pretty fucked in a lot of ways, I still think she's generalizing too much over the experiences of just one city. And like I said in the beginning of the video, it sounds like she's pretty new to city life. She should really try New York before she starts talking about how the USA is a scam. But what are your thoughts?